Congratulations, you have reached our sixth and final value, significance. Thank you for investing in your children the way you have been doing. Are you beginning to see a list of values for your family forming in your mind? We certainly pray you are. For our last value, but maybe our favorite, let's talk about myths around significance.
Myth number 1, success in life is really what matters. Unfortunately, for many people, that is what they really believe and what they orient their life around. But the truth is, success is all about you. Significance goes beyond you. Success and significance are two different values, and yet they probably cannot be completely separated. We just choose to seek and to help our children find significance more than success. Now, we're not saying not to be successful. We want everyone to reach a level of success in whatever arena of life they are working in. Valuing hard work, ingenuity, and a healthy level of ambition keeps us as humans moving forward. We set goals and we need to do our best to reach those goals, becoming a better form of us every step of the way, really the way God designed. But too often we lose sight of what success is or have a warped definition of success. We start to focus on the almighty dollar or on putting ourselves above all others, endlessly reaching for more and more power. That is when we start drifting into a danger zone. We just believe that if you had to choose one, we want our kids to live a life of significance and not just striving for success. So we are saying, have significance, but we are not trying to pit these two against one another. Here's what we strongly believe. People can have success without significance, but you cannot have significance without it bringing success along the journey. Success is about you and your accomplishments, while we believe significance is about that which goes and lives beyond you.
Myth number 2, what we do doesn't really affect others. Hopefully, for most of you, this is a very clear myth because everything we do absolutely affects others. That's why we believe that significance is achieved in our relationships. In fact, a mantra of ours is, it's all about relationships. Significance, living beyond ourselves, really is one that becomes evident in how we live our lives in community. It is lived out more than aspired to attain. Significance permeates our lives through actual living out of our vision and values as we desire for and strive to live this value out daily in our life. In other words, we can't choose to one day say, I'm going to now live a life of significance, and it happens. It, like so many virtues, is one that is chosen as a value and then lived out in our decisions daily with our words and interactions with others. It is something of value that lives on as part of our legacy. Mother Teresa's story is familiar, but this is an account we recently read from author and speaker John O'Leary's website. Mother Teresa's life began in 1910 in the small town of Skopje, part of the Ottoman Empire. I don't know if I said that word right or not, but that's where she was. Her father died when she was 8, and her family endured significant financial hardship. At 18, she became a nun and moved to Calcutta, India. There, she taught children in relative obscurity for almost 2 decades. Moved by the poverty that suffocated the school and greater community, that she asked for permission to serve the poorest of the poor. Having nothing financially, she begged for food and money, took what she collected, and provided whatever care she could to, in her own words, the hungry, naked, homeless, crippled, blind lepers, all those people who feel unwanted, unloved, and uncared for throughout society. Serving humbly in the slums of Calcutta, she began to draw followers. A few people joined her, then a few more. Over the next 6 decades, these simple acts of serving, in spite of overwhelming odds, added up and became a movement. This modest Albanian nun and her acts of great love attracted thousands of like-minded sisters serving in hundreds of missions and operating in more than 100 countries around the world.
Amazing. Simply remarkable. Many might call her successful, but it was her significance that made the impact. What she left was a legacy of significance. Her life work was an embodiment of significance. What she did was to impact lives well beyond her very own. It may be long after that we are gone that our greatest significance is ever revealed. That's really up to God. Now, 99% of us will live unremarkable lives when set by the standard of notoriety or fame or power or even position. However, our lives can all be counted as remarkable in the choices we make every day to reach out to another person and make a positive difference in their life. That is really, truly living a remarkable life of significance. Myth number 3, we value significance. Now you may say, why is this a myth? Because so often we genuinely do not live our lives the way of hoping for a significant life, or encourage our children to chase after this value. We say it, but we don't live it out. Further, we chase after self-affirming gains and wins, even healthy, good, and positive goals. But these have to do more with us than ever beyond us. Our actions really do not resemble our words. Our greatest significance may be the very child or children we are raising. Who knows what difference that those children will make? Significance can come in small terms by the world standards, but that doesn't matter. They can have a huge, huge impact. Significance isn't measured by the size or the amount, rather by the impact we make in the lives of a few or even the life of one. Success is good, fine, and worthy of pursuing, but significance is lasting, ongoing, and even eternal. Pastor and author Mark Batterson wrote in his Chase the Lion devotional that King David probably thought his greatest legacy would be his victories in battle or his kingdom rule over the nation of Israel. But his book of Psalms have impacted generations and billions of people. We don't often get to choose where we will have significance or the impact of our own significance. Rather, we choose if we will be significant at all in our relationships and our contributions. Then simply live that life. We must be, again, here's the word, intentional. How will you choose to live? How will you encourage your child to live a life of significance?
The person from the Bible who exemplifies significance is Jesus. We know the usual Bible answer, Jesus. But truly, his life is the epitome of significance. By the world standards of his time, he was a failure. Went nowhere in his career as a carpenter, had a ministry of only 3 years, betrayed by a close friend, and died a cruel death nailed to a cross.
Not much of a life.
Not what they would have considered successful by any means. But his life has the ultimate significance through his sacrifice for the billions of people whose eternal addresses have been changed from hell to heaven. We will never live lives as significant as his, but we can sure strive to follow his example every day. The gift we give our child is a framed picture of special people in their life, and we ask, what difference are you making? Our child may become the richest, most powerful person in the world, but for us, what is vastly more important is the impact that they will have on the people in their world.